as well as a decade of experience like ours. We know how to reduce the risks of rising gold prices, and we want to share this knowledge with you, our clients and business partners. We can say that there are two types of events in business. Negative events, which are often referred to as threats, and positive events, which are often called opportunities. In our business system, it was important for us to minimize the consequences of any threats and, if possible, turn the threats of unstable markets into new opportunities for our clients. This is our understanding of risk management. One cannot solve this issue alone, but this task can be handled without any problem if we are together. Here I want to emphasize an important principle. The GIGOS platform as a unified business system can do much more for every one of us than individual projects or proposals, even the most profitable ones. The same applies to a car. The whole car will always be more valuable than its separate spare parts. You cannot drive if you have only one wheel in your hands. To move around, you need the whole car. And it doesn't really matter how many parts it has. I repeat, the whole idea of fixing prices for our clients is based on one simple but very important principle: risk management. Here, the most important question is, who is by your side? As with climbers, it's important to have someone who backs you up on the other end. What is our new special project about? In business, we are in one bundle, just as climbers on a difficult mountainous terrain, and therefore we are ready to risk our income and provide our clients with all the benefits of a subscription for free, in case the price of gold rises significantly. Simply put, the company is ready to use the cost of the subscription as compensation for price growth. In fact, subscription cost, or part of it, is reimbursed to minimize your risk of extra expenses when buying gold. And that is what we call risk management. Taking such a step, we want to show you that you can count on us, that we, being a team, are in this together when we take chances. Over the 10-year period of our business activity, we have already realized that it is absolutely impossible to achieve financial security on your own. Only an effective group can handle this. It is not a secret for any of you. In order for investment gold to bring significant income, it must be handled skillfully. And today, I want to present to you another project, thanks to which every user of the GIGOS platform will be able to use subscriptions with the maximum benefit. Everyone can be confident in the future without being afraid of threats that constantly arise in our world, depriving a person of stability and future prospects. So, GIGOS fixing. As we all know, the price of gold is changing, and 100-gram bars remain the most profitable purchases. Using the GIGOS fixing project, you fix the price of a 100-gram bar for the duration of the subscription term within which you conclude a deal. That is, you have the opportunity to make a purchase of a 100-gram bar, making payments in parts during the entire subscription term. Partial payment means the purchase of any other bar ranging from 1 to 50 grams, and their total cost will be deducted from the fixed price per a 100-gram bar. I draw your attention to the most important aspect. It does not matter how the price of gold changes. After the completion of the deal, your total payment will be equal to the sum that you fixed at the time the GIGOS fixing deal was opened. This is because we compensate for the increase in the price of gold within the cost of the subscription itself. It is clear that this program is available only to those who have subscriptions. Therefore, the GIGOS fixing and GIGOS time shift projects increase the value of subscription manifold. These two projects are a valid argument for new clients to choose GIGOS platform subscriptions. These two tools will allow our business partners to take the promotion of platform services to a whole new level. And of course, these special projects make it possible to manage risks and your capital, which is extremely important in our unstable world. Let's look at a few examples that will allow us to understand the technology of GIGOS fixing. For convenience and a better understanding, we will use conditional even numbers. For example, a client buys the Pro subscription for conditional 450 euro and decides to purchase a 100-gram bar using the GIGOS fixing project. For a reason convenient for us, we conditionally determine that a bar is worth 5,000 euro at the time of the deal. I repeat, this is a conditional price. I choose it for ease of calculations. Based on the terms of the GIGOS fixing deal, we fixed the price of a 100-gram bar at the level of 5,000 euro. And if at the time of full payment the price of this bar increases by 100 euro, that is, its total price amounts to 5,100 euro, what will happen then? Since the increase of 100 euro is less than the cost of your subscription, that is, less than 450 euro that we agreed on for you, the full price of a 100-gram bar, according to the rules of the GIGOS fixing project, will still be 5,000 euro at the time of closing the deal. You will receive the bar by paying the sum that was fixed at the very beginning. And let's see what happens if at the time of full payment the price of this bar increases by 500 euro. That is, its total price amounts to 5,500 euro. 500 euro, that's 50 euro more than the subscription that was bought earlier. In accordance with the terms of the GIGOS fixing deal, the company compensates for the price increase in the amount of your subscription. And it looks like this. The price of gold has increased by 500 euro. On the basis of the GIGOS fixing contract, the company compensates for the price increase in the amount of the subscription price. In our example, it looks like this. 500 minus 450 equals 50. We compensated 90% of the price increase, and you only have to pay the difference. Only 50 euro. The full price of a 100-gram bar for you will be 5,050 euro, despite the market price of 5,500 euro. That is, when working with our clients and business partners, we take responsibility and manage risks, minimizing your costs given the increase in gold prices. So, this is how GIG OS fixing compensation works for each subscription. You see, we are ready to put the price of the subscription on the line, enabling you to not just buy gold, but buy it correctly and profitably. Certainly, the correct execution of such deals is a complex legal and accounting process, and we have developed the exact steps that must be followed when working with GIG OS fixing. You can read all the rules on the site, yet I want to go through the key points that must be understood. Only one GIG OS fixing deal can be opened for one subscription, where the amount of gold cannot exceed the subscription capabilities. That is, by subscribing to Pro, you can conclude a GIG OS fixing contract for no more than 385 grams of gold. Since the GIG OS fixing deal is valid until the subscription expires, you need to start it within the first 6 months from the date of purchase of the subscription. In order for the deal to begin, you must make the first payment. Let's look at this partial payment process. This is very interesting and it opens up new possibilities. In fact, it is a bit like the previous program, GIG OS Timeshift, but each project has its own nuances and advantages. So, every payment on the GIG OS fixing deal is made in the amount of any bar you choose, which at the time of payment is most convenient and affordable for you. It can be any bar from 1 to 100 grams. All payments are made at special prices for bars as part of the GIG OS fixing special project. These prices are 5% higher than the online store on the GIG OS platform. But this does not mean that your purchase price will be higher by 5% upon completion of the GIG OS fixing contract. Let's take a look at GIG OS fixing technology in more detail. We have already agreed that we use conditional prices for ease of calculation, and therefore on this slide we see the fixed price of a 100-gram bar of 5,000 euro. Then we see the first payment at the rate of a 20-gram ingot. In order for the GIG OS fixing deal to begin, it is necessary to make the first payment at the rate of a 20-gram bar. Next, we select the bars that suit us as a partial payment, and at their expense, we make partial payments during the term of our subscription. Now, I want you to pay attention to the right column with our conditional prices. It does not matter what prices there are. The only important thing is that your price for a 100-gram bar is fixed. And by making the last payment and completing the GIGOS fixing deal, you pay based on the fixed price of the deal. That is why the special price of bars as part of the GIGOS fixing project does not affect the final fixed price of a 100-gram bar. For every payment made, the price of the bar is fully taken into account in the calculation. The amount paid is deducted from the fixed price of a 100-gram bar. The rest of the amount payable just gets smaller each time. Look at the red column. It's clear that when executing the GIGOS fixing contract, you are not obliged to buy out the number of bars equal to 100 grams. As soon as the client pays the balance amount, the client receives the bar. That is, the client buys bars one after another, and after the last payment is made, the store converts all payments into a 100-gram bar at a fixed price. And as I said, this is a complicated accounting process. In addition to that, I want to emphasize once again that the company, based on the rules and conditions of the GIGOS fixing project, will restrain and compensate for the price movements within the cost of your subscription. Let's get back to our deal. As soon as the payment is registered, the deal takes effect. The entire volume of the planned purchase will be deducted from the subscription. That is, the client can rest assured that the lack of grams in the subscription will not sabotage the completion of the deal. And before the subscription expires, the client can make as many payments and make them as often as he or she likes. But this deal is not an obligation to buy gold, but a right and an opportunity. Client's plans can change. If the client changes his or her mind to complete the deal and decides to refuse it, the deal will be stopped and the bars that were paid for by the client will be transferred to the client's storage so that the client can pick them up. If the client has not made all the necessary payments before the deal is completed, then the deal will be closed and the client will get the bars that he or she paid for. Therefore, it is safe to say that there is no risk when using the GIGOS fixing project. So let's summarize. I am absolutely sure that when two new special projects that we have presented to you today, GIGOS fixing and GIGOS time shift, are not just a new step in the evolution of our gold business, but also two amazing tools with which you, our clients and business partners, will be able to create, preserve, and accumulate your capital. I assume that the projects, one or the other, will be chosen according to personal preferences, but the smartest ones will use a combination of both projects. And that will be a wise decision, because if you do the math, the benefits are obvious. Moreover, these benefits are backed by complete control and security in the field of your finances. Let's face it, the majority of people work for a salary until the end of their lives and enter old age with rather small pension that the state offers them. Most people are unable to help their children, their environment, and other people. Oftentimes, they themselves need help and are forced to lead an economical, sometimes even Spartan lifestyle. The most interesting thing is that they are good people and they can't be blamed for something. But it turned out that no one told them that there was such a thing called financial security. No one urged them to create personal capital the sooner the better, and then reserve and accumulate it. Nobody told them that a person had to learn to manage risks and look for partners and tools that could help them. But I sincerely hope that you have this understanding of all these factors and that you can help not only yourself but also teach others how to do. We are not just planning to make the next step. We are on the threshold of an amazing evolution of our business, which is also your business. And before I say goodbye, I particularly want to emphasize that the new GIGOS fixing and GIGOS timeshift special projects, like other projects of the GIGOS platform, are planned precisely and only in such a way that the effect of their use is cumulative. Clients and business partners who consistently use GIGOS platform projects will have special benefits, rights, and privileges. I appreciate your support, attention, and interest. I sincerely want to wish you good health, both physical and moral. Be wise and knowledgeable. Take care of yourself and take care of other people. Create, preserve, and accumulate. And do not turn off the broadcast, because in just a minute, there's going to be a small surprise. All the best to you. See you later.
See you sa next live, guys. Ayun na, yung surprise.
Bonjour, je suis Igor Horton de Suisse.
Antonio desde Ecuador.
Und herzlich willkommen in Deutschland.
С приветом огромным из Москвы.
Hello from Australia, this is Lisa.
Привет, Diego, с Турции, Стамбул.
Eu sou Plácido Diogo, do Brasil. Te saluda Oscar de Carlos, de Uruguay.
Colombiana desde Argentina.
Saludos de Italia, amigos.
Un saludo da Tenerife, España. Daddy, te saludo desde
Laura
México.
Gómez, soy de Bucaramanga, Colombia. Партнером ЕГОС, привет с Узбекистана.
Merhaba Diego, Türkiye'den selamlar.
Te saluda Hanna Garduño de México.
Ezequiel Ramírez, Ciudad de México.
Город Санкт-Петербург, Россия.
Saluda Diego Quilpa desde Argentina.
Ti mando un saluto dall'Italia.
Regina, de Argentina.
San Petersburg, Россия.
Sebastián, qui te salut in Roumanie. Willy Dubois de Belgique. Ici, Saint-Pétersbourg.
Saludos cordiales del departamento Arauca, Colombia.
E te saludo desde Colômbia.
Eu mando forte abraço para vocês aqui no Brasil.
Desde Medellín, Colômbia.
Россия.
Вас из солнечного Узбекистана.
Albanie, Guadeloupe, France.
Привет из Франции.
Ciao a tutti dall'Italia. Carmen Ramírez desde Colombia.
Alfonso Mandaniel, del equipo IGT de Colombia. Saludos.
Un saludo desde Colombia.
Mi nombre es Michael Sosa y desde Uruguay te envío un fuerte abrazo dall'Italia.
Te saluda Daniel Lenú, de Uruguay.
Gold is money.
Реалдать шлет привет всем партнерам ЕГОС. Приветствуем Global Interview.
Soy socio de la compañía y te saludo desde Colombia.
Aqui do Brasil.
Ciudad de México.
Equipo IGT y te saludo desde Guayaquil, Ecuador.
Bom dia, Portugal. Bom dia, Brasil.
Buenos Aires, desde Colombia.
Te saluda Diego Salto de Argentina.
Do Brasil, mando grande abraço para vocês.
İstanbul'dan selamlar olsun.
Ciao, Gigos. Привет из Италии.
İstanbul'dan selamlar olsun.
Let's go, Gigo!
Salinas desde México.
Paolo, ti ridò un saluto dall'Italia.
Saluda Adriana Torres desde Colombia.
Ciao, sono Veronica Tocco, un saluto dall'Italia.
Sono Dario Spaziani, un saluto dall'Italia.
Cúcuta, Colombia.
Hola, soy Dulce Mondragón y te saludo desde México.
Para Entre Ríos, a Rosario Sánchez desde acá, desde Argentina.
Hola, yo soy Deborah Gámez y les envío un gran saludo desde
Dal leader Fabio Lamia. Ciao dall'Italia.
Grazie alla Dio Global.
Te saluda Andrés Roa Silva de Colombia.
Hola, los saluda Valeria Pérez de Rosario. Les saluda Ayere Rizal desde Argentina.
Italia! Grande, Gigo
Juana, les saludo desde Cancún, México. Gracias, Gigos.
Buongiorno, sono Raffaele Capomascia dall'Italia.
Saluto dall'Italia. Ciao a tutti.
Roberto.
E Valentina,
Un saluto dall'Italia.
¿Qué tal familia global? Los saluda Fernando desde México.
Soy de Venezuela y te mando saludos.
Comercial de la compañía. Los saludo desde Colombia.
Siamo della famiglia Global Inter.
Desde la Ciudad de México.
Bustamante, te saludo desde México.
Y les saludo desde la bellísima ciudad de
Mi
México.
nombre es José Luis Mejía y te mando un saludo.
Buenos días, soy
Te
Carlos.
saluda Natalia Casasola de México. María de Paola alla famiglia Global Intergol.
Un saluto dalla nostra cara Italia.
Ciao dall'Italia Global. Jessica Fernández desde Cuernavaca, Morelos, México.
Te saluda Pablo Canteros de Argentina.
¡Saludo Brasil!
IGT y te saludo desde Colombia.
Привет, друзья.
Ciao, sono Sandro Viani. Un saluto dall'Italia.
Dall'Italia.
Fortissimo saluto dall'Italia.
Sono Leonardo Manzella, business partner, un saluto dall'Italia.
Taylor Corea desde Argentina.
Saludos, soy Yolanda Villar. Es Claudia Milena López, les saludo desde Medellín, Colombia.
¡Viva chicos! ¡Italia!
Soy Rosales desde México.
Stefano Di Ponio, un saluto dall'Italia. Piattaforma Gigos.
Equipo IGT y te saludo desde Colombia.
ГБС и солнечного Ташкента.
Matteo, un grosso saluto dall'Italia. Il segretario dall'Italia. Abbraccio.
Un grande saluto, un abbraccio a tutti. Ciao.
Ciao Gigos. Grande Global Intergol. Asti, Italia.
Hola, los saluda Israel Escobar desde la ciudad de Querétaro, México.
Teo Galleri, un caro saluto dall'Italia.
Carlos desde México.
Te saludo desde México.
Привет из России, ковров.
Привет из Турции, город
Это из Бразилии.
Da Padova, cliente leader
Dall'Italia.
Buenos Aires, Argentina.
Provengo dall'Italia.
Soddisfatto di Robert Allora.
Ciao, sono Elvis Mezzobrede dall'Italia.
Agarro. Cliente GOS.
A lei.
Un saluto da Bari e un abbraccio grande.
Da Simona Tivivella. Ciao.
González de Argentina.
Te saludo de México.
Ciao, Andrea Britti dall'Italia.
Business partner, comproprietario dell'azienda Gigos. Un saluto dall'Italia.
Hola, soy Lidia, les saluda desde Ecuador.
Parte del equipo IGT y les saludo desde México.
A toda la familia Cora.
Saludo desde Michoacán, México.
Escalante y te saludo desde México.
Underdog. Un saluto dall'Italia.
Ciao a tutti dall'Italia.
Un saluto da Napoli, Italia.
Chicos, saludo vocês do Brasil.
Chicos, desde Panamá. Puente del mundo, corazón del universo.
Saludo da Roma, Italia. Salinas desde México.
Te saluda Gaby Cruz de México.
Saludos, Olga Ramírez, México.
Un saludo desde Argentina.
Un ciao dall'Italia.
Rosario, Argentina.
Soy Mario Victoria desde México.
Son muy diferentes. Es un líder de la tienda Kiko.
Mia Mirasita.
Luca Cobar desde Argentina.
Огромный солнечный привет с Канарского острова Тенерифе.
Saludos cordiales de Miriam desde México.
Un caluroso saludo dall'Italia. Ciao.
Ok.
Saluto a tutti dall'Italia.
Sono Andrea Davino dall'Italia.
André Jiménez de Colombia.